So Ellie, weddings and all this stuff coming up since our friend Eric is engaged. There's
What?
some things
What?
going on. Yeah, he can't make it today. Probably planning and whatnot.
What do you got? Your
Um,
bridal shower, Eric?
Now guys are pretty standard and simple up front. I think we're a lot less stressed around the wedding time. Now, I was excited. I was one of those like, I want the party, like, and my wife, we were on the same page. Like, I wasn't the guy who was just like, oh, take care of it all. I wanted to be there with everything. The music. I mean, we had like TV themes played. We had the Pokemon song played. Brian missed our entire dessert, which was great because he was singing Pokemon. A regret he still has to this day.
Wait, can I see?
Hold
Is
on.
there a
What were
video
the
of
desserts
this?
again?
What's up?
What were the desserts
It
again?
was an entire. They opened up the room where cocktail hour was, and it was just the whole dessert. Like it
It's
was,
dessert buffet.
yeah, fried Oreos, a chocolate fountain, just everything possible, right? So Brian missed it because he was singing TV theme shows.
Is there a video of the Pokemon theme song? Because I would
Uh,
very
I
much like
don't
to see
think
that.
so, but Ellie. So on the
Someone
walk
has.
in, when the guest walked in, we were playing Jurassic Park, like, and the doors open. So
That was your like "We're here" song.
yeah, it's just a great. No, not us. We did say, but when the guests were arriving first,
Oh,
like as they were walking in, it was the Jurassic Park theme. We came into
okay.
Capital City safe and sound, which
Diana went to that.
yeah, jolly tune. She did good, and she allowed me to have my moments. We played Hulk Hogan's theme song, and my friend ripped his shirt off. Like that was pretty fun. But he didn't have a shirt under his shirt, so then he was just bare chest with a
There's
tie
always
around
one.
his
The
neck the
whole
rest of
fucking
the night.
night.
Yeah.
There's always one. There's
So
always one.
so like mine went rather smoothly, bump here and there, but nothing like, oh my god, what's going on? Everything was fine. You though, and like women in general, like you tend to stress out. Were you a bridezilla? Anything go on at your wedding that was like,
Um, no, nothing like the day of. The only thing is, so our Otto was supposed to be the ring bearer, but he was like way too overstimulated and excited. So my friend, a dog park friend that I paid her daughter to come like get him and be with him. And then it's just like, okay, this is like too much for him. Like he's gonna drag our nephew down the aisle. Like that was like kind of the only big hiccup like day of, but there wasn't drama. And I was in Brazil, like I was really calm like the day of. It was just kind of like, all right, let's do this shit. Like, let's be married. Yeah. That's kind of like same with my husband at the time. We're both like, let's just kind of just like, oh, not over it. Like, obviously, I'm very thankful my parents paid for a gorgeous wedding. And I'm fortunate
I,
enough to have that.
I want to ask though before you get in it, Jewish daughter, only daughter. Were they like very traditional? Was your father
No,
like, no, they didn't. Okay,
no.
nothing like that.
We had a huppah type thing, but we did a I mean, my mom's Christian, so like she
Okay,
comes from a long line of Catholics, like so
there was
it's
no dispute then, nothing like that.
no, and actually when my parents got married, they had trouble finding a rabbi because they wanted a rabbi and a priest to marry them. And a rabbi was like, no, you have to convert. And I was like, that's very exclusive of you. And to be quite honest, Jews aren't really in a place where we can be excluding people yet. We still
That's
haven't
true.
replaced ourselves from the Holocaust. So I don't really know if you want to be doing that kind of shit yet, but that's just me personally.
I'm pretty
But
sure at that point there was probably only like 12 million Jews in the world in like the
right,
70s. Yeah, so you don't want to start knocking them off again.
right,
Not the
exactly. Like,
time.
it seems a little exclusive and picky,
What
but
years? These were the 70s then? A
no, they got
long time.
married in like the early 80s.
Early 80s. Okay.
But again, it's like I'm not really sure where Jews are in a place to be like shooing people away. But that's a different conversation for another day. But yeah, the only like real drama I had this, and I say this, and my husband gets on me to this day. I should have kicked out this woman, this girl, because she's a child basically. That I initially was going to make her my maid of honor. Big mistake.
Mm,
I should have kicked her out like months before. Like, unfortunately, she has some mental issues. She's had like eating disorders. And I'm not saying that I'm not really trying to make fun of her or anything, but mentally she's got her own struggles and demons like we all do, but hers are a little bit more severe, unfortunately. And over time, with us going away to college and being adults, she unfortunately didn't develop past high school in a sense and is still stuck in high school. But on top of that, the stuff in high school she's remembering and was like holding against me is not even accurate or how everything happened. So she lives in like this weird warped reality. And it's like, okay, no, you're insane. Like something is really wrong here. You need to like go get your shit figured out. I don't know why I'm pushing so hard for you to be here. But I preface this, we were friends in second grade. So it's kind of like that weird childhood thing. And it's hard to throw, you're not throwing it all away, but it's hard to know when to walk away when it's something like that. And I
What did
should
she say you did?
That's so
Oh,
fucking crazy. Everything about that.
first of all, well, here's a couple things. I had one of my bridesmaids flew out from Texas for a weekend to San Francisco to go wedding dress shopping. Mind you, her wedding was 3 months later, but she made time to fly out from fucking Texas to go look at wedding dresses. I had another friend who had a TBI, traumatic brain injury, offering to helping me stuff invitations. You know, she's local. This bridesmaid, I'm not gonna say her name.
Did you let her, or you weren't sure she'd be able to do the job correct?
Well, I also, okay, I'll be honest, it was also like the sciencey side of me, and with my degree, I was also trying to just test her neural function and like
Gotcha.
skills. I was definitely watching her motor skills. I was like,
ma'am,
skills.
Stop eating the envelopes.
Right, yeah, like, hey, stuff it. Stop looking at the wall.
Well, I hope she's better. I hope she's better.
Yeah, no, she's gotten a lot better, fortunately. So yes, hi Marina. So it's like people that want to be there for you and are there for you, they will make an effort to show up. And when I put that in perspective, like, bitch, you live south of San Francisco, you couldn't bother to help fucking stuff invitations, come to a dress appointment. Meanwhile, I had people flying in from fucking Texas with their actual wedding coming up. So the priorities here are really fucked. People will make time for stuff they want to do.
You learn a lot about, it's what I say, you learn a lot about people when events like this happen.
Yes, you really do. You really do. And so she sends me this text when it says like, hey, did you order the dress yet? Like, yada, yada. And then I get this fucking like paragraph text, like, you know, just like, she's like, I've always just felt like the convenient friend since high school. And like, I've just felt really conflicted. Like, you know, you would always like ditch me. And I'm just like, okay, first of all, what fucking year is this? Because we've been out of high school for a very long time at this point.
You got married pretty young though, right? Like 23, 24, was it?
Yeah, 24. But again, we all went to college. Like we've all
6 years at this point. Yeah.
Like I've moved past. I don't give a shit about it's fucking high school. Who cares?
Right.
But she's like, you know, I was like a convenient friend in high school, and so then I just kind of stopped trying. And like, you know, all this shit that never fucking happened. If anything, it was the reverse, because I was like, okay, either I'm crazy or she has just warped this entire story in her head. And so I even asked my friends, I was like, this is insane, right? Like, because this is not what happened. She actually would ditch us and our other group of friends to go hang out with her boyfriend and his friends, which is totally fine. Like, go hang out with your boyfriend's friends. But if anyone ditched anyone, it was you. Not once did you ever invite me to come along to hang when you were hanging out with your boyfriend, his friends. Did you ever invite me to come along? No. Was I upset about it? Maybe initially, but that was over 10 years ago, and I don't give a shit anymore because it's high school. But
sounds like you're lashing out to me.
What, me?
Yeah, sounds like you've had this built-in rage for a long.
Oh yeah, because a friend told me. Sorry, I live by like 2 hospitals. Because a friend just told me she saw her this weekend. I was like, oh, weird. She showed up for that. Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I was just so shocked.
So you asked her to be the maid of honor first. She said yes, and then you just demoted her to like.
No, initially, no. I was just like, I thought about this. Like, no, because she was like in Germany at the time when I was first kind of starting to like pick people. So I was like, I don't want to put that pressure on her if she's, you know, wherever. But it's just like the whole convenient friend thing. Like, one, how dare you? Because this is all fucking lies. Like, if you're gonna be mad at me for something, be mad at shit I actually did.
What does that even mean? Convenient friend? What did she mean by that?
Like if I, you know, like if I didn't have anything going on, I'd be like, hey, let's hang out.
Gotcha.
And that was never the case, because again, she's like, oh, I'm hanging out with my boyfriend and his friends tonight. Oh, okay, whatever. And we'll do something next weekend.
Why did she assume that you were using her as like a last resort?
I have no idea, because again, that's not at all how it was or how it happened. So in her mind, someone warped her mind, or she warped her own mind. I'm the bad guy here. I was the asshole friend.
Did you ever have plans one time that didn't include her that ended up falling through, and then you called her after?
No, I don't remember every plan we had in high school.
Maybe she does. Maybe you did. Maybe you
I
did go to
think,
laser
I
tag
think
with her.
that there is one.
There has to be, but I showed like I showed the text to like all of our friends, like some of the friends that were from high school, and they're like, that's not at all what happened in high school. And I'm like, okay, thank you. I'm not
What if
insane.
you called her? What if you called her and was like, "Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you feel like that."
No.
We
All
can
I
do
did,
it on the
all I did was
show.
like, all I did was just
You know, don't worry about it. I'm just giving you the solution to the problem.
no, because I don't care, because I don't want to be
You'd
around
rather
someone
carry
like
this
that.
beef to the fucking grave.
No, here's
Like,
where I'm
fuck
at.
this bitch. I'm taking it to death with me.
Well, a little bit.
That's
But
women.
it was like, it was 6 or 5
This
months
is
before the
why
wedding.
you guys can't run the world.
Whoa.
Oh, okay. Well, hold on.
I'd
You
vote
can
for you.
easily solve this.
I'd vote for you.
Thank you. Well, hold on. No, so what happened was I'll be honest, it's not the best thing. I'm not proud of it, but I kind of placated her a little bit. I was like, I don't really have time for all this bullshit. Like either you're in or out. I don't want to feel like I'm scrambling here. So it's like, look, if I ever did anything that made you feel like that, like I just kind of, it was bullshit. I blew smoke up her ass. I was like, I'm sorry. Like, hopefully you can accept my olive branch, yada, yada, yada. We can move past this. Okay, cool, whatever. Great. Cool. She's in. And then the whole time, I'm just like, what a fucking mistake, because I should have had my friend with the brain injury as a fucking bridesmaid who was actually there helping me instead of her. And it's just, again, I was blinded by my own like childhood. Like, oh, you always imagine like your best friend from second grade or from like grade school is going to be, I was caught up in that little fantasy, but I don't know why I kept trying to like make that a thing when it clearly was not a thing. Like, we're clearly just not friends anymore. Like, she's clearly not a friend. Like, and she lives in this false reality. I don't want to be involved with somebody like that. Like, so after we have not talked since my wedding, she sent me this stupid fucking gift like 6 months later to my parents' house. Like,
you still have it just randomly sitting.
It holds my pencil. But I was just like,
it'd be great if you had a gun in it. It holds my gun.
Holds my fucking gun.
But my mom's like, oh, there's a package from here at the house. And I was like, and that's the thing, like, because my mom, I didn't even want to tell my mom like what she said to me and like what happened, because I just didn't want that drama. And then I finally, because it was just eating me up, because it's like, I was not the mean girl in high school. I maybe like, what the fuck?
You've even said like you were more of like an introvert, like in that sense.
Yeah, I had
like
my group of friends and that was it. Like, I never dated, like boys were not interested in me in high school. Like that, I had my group of friends. That was it.
Interesting. Well, she seems like a crazy bitch. So.
She is. And just like super manipulative. And then at my bridal shower.
Like two people who just compiled a fucking simple problem.
It's crazy, but it
just gets worse.
Yeah,
no,
you'll never.
This is what also kind of fucking really burned my ass. We're at my bridal shower.
This really burned your bacon.
Really grinds your gears.
It really grinds on this segment of what grinds my gears. But anyways, so we're at my bridal shower, and someone asked about somebody else's wedding, like that we went to school with, and she had laid it like right off the fucking tip of her tongue in her bat. She goes, "Oh yeah, their date is December whatever." I was like, "Wow, you knew that awfully fast." And I didn't even know if you were coming to my bridal shower, but you sure did know the date of that wedding.
Now, your husband, you said like he still gets mad. Look, he got mad. He wanted her out, I'm assuming. Like, why are you putting up with this shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hindsight's 2020. It was a mistake. Oh yeah, and then at our fucking reception, so the girls were in long dresses and had their hair up. She took her fucking hair out, which is like, bitch, you paid a lot of money for that. That's kind of on you. And then like hikes her dress up, and it's like, what are we doing? I'll send you guys the picture.
I think the best part about this was Elly started off saying, nothing really frustrated me at my wedding. She's been on an 18-minute fucking
tirade about just the thing.
One person who completely threw a wrench in her plan. But it all went well, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, the day was fun. I just ignored it. After a while, I was like, I'm not getting engaged. I just didn't engage her. Like, I just like, you're just here, cool, whatever. Like, you're just here for pictures at this point. It's fine.
Right. What was your wedding song?
At Last.
By Etta James?
Yes.
I mean, are you impressed I knew that?
I am very impressed.
Thanks.
But last thing I'm going to say, this is how fucking weird she's gotten. She talks to my maid of honor and one of my other friends. She goes, "Thanks for not being mean to me."
Dude, yeah, she's got to deal with some stuff. I mean, Brian, what would you do?
First of all, because I just remember, they didn't tell me that. They told me like after the fact, and they're like, dude, something's like wrong here. I was like, first of all, I don't hang out with people that go out of their way to be mean to random fucking strangers. Like, That's not, first of all, I don't like, first of all, no one in this wedding party or at my wedding is even like that I'm aware of. Number one. Number two, like, you think, why would did you give them a reason to be mean to you? Like, also, everyone in the bridal party is usually there for the bride and groom. It's not about you. No one gives a shit about you. So that just goes to show even more you were not there for me, but everybody else was, because they had a great time. They you know, I never didn't have a drink in my hand, like, kind of thing. Yeah, it was just, I was like, what the fuck kind of weird shit is that? Like,
Full disclosure, if you had a wedding now, would you have invited Brian and I?
yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Good to know. Brian, how do we solve this? Give us a final solution. And not, no, that's a bad term to
Yeah,
say
wow,
around
okay,
a Jew.
yeah.
Bad term to use around a Jewish person. Very bad term. Wow.
No, that's fucking funny, actually.
Just get them all in one room.
Gosh,
Well,
what a
and then, I
horrible
don't know if you're
term.
familiar with gas fireplaces, but
Brian, explain your final solution.
explain how you would resolve this.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't want to be her friend. I don't that.
Well, if you don't want any of that, then
No.
fuck it.
It's over.
Burn.
I even know, you know what? I deleted her off Facebook years ago
Look,
too.
there you go. Now that's the healthy thing. All Instagram cut off.